We now have some fabric, but this is now using 9 wool for 3 fabric. I don't know if it's changed the cycles per month, or maybe we're getting 432 cycles a month. So we're actually going through the wool a little bit quicker. No, that's not fabric. That's just wool that hasn't been used yet. How much is in there? 282 litres. Yeah, problem is we're making way too much wool at the moment. So I had to bump that production up. And we were actually going to check on the sheeps. So let's do the sheepy check. We have 3,800 litres of grass left. I'm not going to install the enhanced animal mod, which tracks each animal individually. It's a good looking mod, but I think I might use that next time out. For now, let's have a look here. There are 2 things for sale at the store. Never mind, let's sleep till 6:30, I'm going to guess. And then we'll see what's what in the morning. Oh my, we have 2 things on sale. 4 things on sale. Okay, let's have a look at the old scoreboard. We have the crown is still up. We have a massive Ferguson header. Meh. We have a semi-truck. I ain't going to buy a semi-truck and try and drive it around this map. And an 8RX, which is just way too expensive. So, not a big deal there. Let's have a look here. Oh. I'm not sure I'm seeing that. Am I seeing that go up? That's going down. So that's good. Not to worry. We want contracts. So there's a cotton hunt contract. Is that cotton or parsnips? Oh, there's a parsnip contract. That's a big field. That would take me all day. That's a pea contract. That is a red beet contract. I've actually got the stuff for that. There is a hoeing contract. 33, that's the big farm in the middle of the road. Hodge 173, good day. Welcome to a nice, sunny, 90-degree Saturday, I think we're planning on. 25, that's in the same place. Well, we could think about doing that. Or we could just go into next month. Thoughts on a postcard? Because I'll make the decision before we get there. Oh, goat milk's getting interestingly pricey. We got 970 litres, so if we wait for 30 more litres, we'll be able to sell that. Sorghum is up to 75. See, 75, we've currently got 95,000 in sorghum on the farm. And give it a few more months, it'll be worth 124. Yeah, problem is we've got a graduation party, so we're going to be standing out in the backyard in 90-degree weather. So I don't usually like hot weather, but it is what it is. And hey, some people like hot weather. Me, I like snow. Okay, I am going to do that. And I hate when it does that. Fertilizing, harvesting, mowing. Was there a mowing? There was indeed a mowing. I will do the mowing. Okay. So PC got an upgrade yesterday. I now have a RX 9060 XT, which is awesome. Well, I assume it's awesome. I haven't had much chance to play with it yet, as I was spending yesterday installing it, or going to pick it up and installing it. But it definitely looks like I'm able to up the graphical fidelity. But I'm going to have to do that for this game during the week, because I can't afford to be playing and the graphics stuttering. It's the 9060 is an AMD card, which is quite a good quality card, and it only costs $350, which is a darn sight cheaper than the equivalent Nvidia cards, and supports 1440p gaming, which is basically what I run now. I bought new monitors over the winter, so a little bit better than the usual 1080, so 2K gaming rather than 1K gaming. So more dots on the screen makes the graphics nicer, but the more dots on the screen, the more workload there is to perform. So my old graphics card was struggling. But the monitors are capable of running 180 Hertz, which is 3 times faster than your brain can cope with. I have no idea how fast I'm running at the moment, because I need to have the game running for a good period of time for the software that monitors the graphics card to actually come out and tell me how well it's done. So after the stream, I'll take a look at what the software tells me about what my frame rate is. I think I've got Farming Simulators actually doesn't support 180. It supports 120 and it supports 144. So I've got it set. Excuse me while I review that field. 33 is the hoeing field, which means I missed. Yeah, I missed. So at least I get good graphics. I don't think YouTube will support good graphics, but yeah, it looks pretty to me. But as I was saying, I can't go straight out and update, change the graphical settings on Farming Simulator, because it has to reload all the textures and it gets very sort of chunk. The graphics chug initially while it's reloading all the textures, and I don't want to do that while I'm streaming. So for now, we're still playing on the old settings for Farming Simulator, but potentially I've got a lot more, and we could actually be seeing a better frame rate in general without me messing around, because we were limited by the old graphics card how many dots it could throw out on the screen at any given time, and this one will throw 2 to 3 times more depending on what you're asking it to do. Okay, I think that we're going this way. So hoeing contract is on is going. Actually, I think if I do these two contracts, I could theoretically buy that field up at the top by our farm. I'm going to leave it for now because we do need... I don't have time to do the field prep up there right away because we're going to be looking at what are we going to be looking at? Things and stuff. Mowing in October. So if I'm going to be cutting grass and all the rest of it, then that's all my tractors at the beginning of October. I guess if we get through that, we've got 3 days left, I could consider buying the field. Okay, I think I'm in completely the wrong place here. So let's take a look at the old map. Yeah, I'm in the wrong place. I should have gone that way. It's interesting. I'm guessing that's a lane. I'll just reverse through the hedge there. Just nobody look what I'm doing. Okay, we should have come through here. Yeah, gone straight up the side of the field that this guy's in. So we should be this row here. Go. Don't know if there's a gate at the end here. If it was an Oxygen David map, there would be a gate at the end here. Nope, we're clear. It's a bit like a Cavalier Roy map then. Now, there might be a lane here, or there might not be. Oh, there isn't. There's a hedge. Okay. No idea where this field starts, so let us steering assist on. It's saying the entirety of this is the field. Okay. So what is field 90? I'm doing 25. But it mapped out 90 and 25 as the field. Well, that's going to be interesting and confusing. So I think there's another row to my right here. It's not a problem. We may end up, well, it may tell me I don't have authority to mow part of this. Okay, that's the row I should have been on. Go. So long as I'm mowing this top end, we're fine. Ugh. That's good. Forward drive, go. Okay, so still mowing, I guess. This should take us to the end of the stream. It's kind of nice how this, for the most part, figures out where to go. We've got a tight corner there doesn't GPS well. There we go. Engage that, and off we go. Whee! So 5% done, hoeing is 12. Oh, for those of you that watch Clarkson's Farm, I did have something came up on my Facebook page that suggested a small plushie of Richard Ham, which seemed to get most of the responses were greatly approving a Richard Ham plushie. It's kind of funny. Not sure I'd be able to get one here in the US, but I lived in England, I'd think about it. Okay, there's... okay. I'm not getting a message that says you're not allowed to cut this, which is a little bit odd. Anyway, we'll do this anyway. Obviously, it's going to be a bit interesting. So we're about halfway around the headland as we complete at this rate. I think it's a combination of going uphill over chopped grass that this tractor does not like. I wonder if putting wide wheels on it would help. Could do. Or maybe we keep the tractor until we trade up. Although until I get something like probably a telehandler, I'm not really keen on losing front loader tractors at this stage. Obviously, it's not too big an issue, I guess, but go. It's good, lower that, go. Yeah, the lower that, and that looks like a good path. Yeah, we haven't seen any really good small tractor. We're now looking at medium size. I want a little bit of a horsepower upgrade over the larger tractor that we have. But I would not be looking at trading that one in for it, because obviously my preference is to have the more tractors that can do the same job, the better. So we're currently we're currently restricted to about 180 horsepower. So most of our equipment is substantially lower than that. Can't remember if the cultivator might be 160, 170, so that this tractor can't run it, neither can the other small dites. But that's not a problem. I've got one tractor that can do the cultivating, and then every single tractor I have can do all of the other tasks. But, okay, so let that go. If I get bigger tractors, so if I get something in the 250 range, I could buy one piece of equipment that's about 250 horsepower, but all the rest would have to be just under 180, but they don't have to be 150, 120 sort of range. So we can slowly work on getting bigger equipment. And I would have one tractor that could do a 200 horsepower job. Well, then I just want two tractors that are 250 horsepower, so I can then share the load between them and then get more 250 horsepower tools. And that's how I work. That way I've got two big tractors that I can, doesn't matter which one's not working. I can, pick one. Okay, you can go and do that job. Oh, I've got another job, needs the big equipment. The other one can do the other job. I can be hauling at the same time as I'm cultivating because I have a tractor that can cope with hauling and a tractor that can cope with and both of them can do both jobs. So it's kind of how I look at it. Eventually, if I keep a farm going long enough, like Lawfolds, we end up with 3 big tractors, because there's just no way around that. I think back on Lawfolds I had 2, I think they were just shy of 400 horsepower. We had 2 Class Axion 900s and a Challenger 1000. So serious amounts of horsepower, but I could use all 3 of them interchangeably. And I could, I would have one ploughing, one cultivating, one planting, because I had the really big sort of 12, 15 meter equipment. And then I had one really tiny Massey Ferguson 5, what would be today a 5S. That one was used for weeding, spraying, all the little things. The big tractors were mowing tractors because I had the triple mowing system. But it didn't matter which one I had on it. And then I had a couple of mid-size that could haul things like, actually I think when I was tedding I was using the 5S. And windrowing was using a small tractor as well. And then baling, you were back into a larger 250 horsepower tractor because, because it's, oops. Because by that time we were doing square bales. Square bales and square wrapper, eventually. Good. Just need to finish this edge here. Looks good. I'm starting to see what is it? ads for, is it season 3 of Foundation now? Which has been quite an impressive show. But not sure how I'm going to be able to watch it free this year. First year I watched it, it was I waited till all of the episodes had released and then watched it on a free trial and then cancelled. The second season, after the last episode dropped, Apple TV just had an anyone can have a free week, including subscribers. So I watched the second series, the second season that way. I might have to pay for a streaming service so I can watch the third one. Although I think, don't they do Dune as well? I would have to wait until I've got a free month where I can sit down and do nothing for a couple of days, where I'm not going on vacation or anything like that. Maybe when I have my medical procedure, I'll have a couple of days off then. But, I don't know. And then plan out what's on Apple TV I want to watch, and then sit down and watch it all in a couple of days. Definitely chewing up this field going uphill. And then coming down, I'll come down on the right hand side on the grass, as it doesn't struggle quite so much going downhill as it does uphill. I see. I think we've finished watching Leverage, which was one of the series we watched, or Leverage Redemption. And there was another show we were watching at the same time. We're like, there's nothing on TV at the moment. Alright, that worked better. I think this tractor's at 53 hours. I think I did put it in for a full service. It's one of the reasons why I don't have a lot of money at the moment. I did do a full service on a couple of my tractors because, well, they were all over 50 hours, and it was that